Morning, Miss Kara Creates, our lovely Kara Creates.
Good
Um,
morning.
Thank you so much for being here. I know X-Ray Girl is lame
She's
and she's
left us.
she's traveling the world.
She
Um,
is. She's off doing cool stuff. I just
yeah.
realized I need to get a paint cup. I washed all of
Oh,
my
okay.
paintbrushes last night, and so
Ooh, smart. That's smart.
yeah. So I need.
Well, go do your thing if you need to. Um,
Give
yeah,
me
if you need
two
to get
seconds. I will
a
be
paint cup.
right back.
Okay,
Oh,
sounds good.
working without. Oh no, you're talking. You're talking. That's on your chat. I need to stop looking at your chat. I'm not awake yet, guys. Give me a break.
It's okay. It's just Josh.
Oh,
he's
hi,
all good.
Josh.
But yeah, Josh says working without recording, gay. But I promise I will show you guys the progress because it's been really cool to see some of these models come together. Woad Warrior, what's up, brother? And we've got Eric O'Sullivan, the Sultan of Soup. He says before Max paints his dolls, he's got to paint his toenails, but it's us who have to wait for them to dry.
Oh my goodness.
I actually have a foot cam just for my toenails, and you can watch those dry.
Oh God. Oh
Kara's
God.
like, please no.
Oh God.
She's like, well, it's been fun, but I think I'll go
I think
now.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a completely different stream.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm finally settled. Let me grab paper towel.
I know, it's almost kind of like a when you set up your paint station, it's almost kind of like work before your work, because you have to make sure you have everything ready, like everything is set. But yeah, it's nice to get everything organized.
Yes. Sound is a bit low. Hold on. Let me turn it up a little bit. Let me know if that's better for you guys.
Josh says, hi, Kara. He says, good morning. Get some coffee and don't dip your brushes in your coffee. And,
I have
I
a
believe
dedicated Citadel water cup, so that's
good.
not gonna happen.
I believe that's a little dig at my last paint stream where
I don't know what
did
you're
that.
talking about. I would
I know,
never,
right?
ever do that to you.
No, I think Josh was actually the one who initiated it, who instigated it.
Josh would never do that, though.
No, of course not.
No.
Of course not.
He's a kind and respectful, and he doesn't joke around.
He's very serious 100% of the time. And then Jay the Deep Minded is also in the chat. Good morning, Jay. Thanks for being here. Eric says, hi, Kara. I'm Eric.
Hi, Eric. I'm Kara.
There you go. And then, so for the chat, for you guys that are watching, you probably see a couple of different bases here. Some that are primed black with a little bit of like gold dry brush, a little bit of gold speckling. Some are just base coated, but these are some of the ones that I've been testing out with this like new marble technique. I think they've turned out good, and when you put like a gloss on them, it really makes it shine. It really makes it look like it is marble. See, there you go. And
those look really nice.
Thank you so much. My only hesitation is I think I need more white and less of the black veins, like the
yeah, I could see that. Maybe just kind of, even if you were just to be it very lightly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I like the randomness of it, but I think there needs to be a little bit more white on the base, and then but yeah, I really want to see if these I want the custodes to feel like they are in the palace of the emperor. So I really want these like gold, white, and black marbled, bases. I think that would be a really cool look. So we'll see. And what are you working on this morning?
I am gonna work on. So I am doing a Legend of Zelda print. This is Link. He's gonna be on a glider. This is actually a statue for me that I printed. Well, my husband 3D printed it, and I'm painting it. So, which reminds me, I forgot to print off my reference. I should do that.
Is this from?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, thank you. I was just you read my mind. Because that's like me saying hello, fellow gamers. I do not know video games.
Spoiler alert: Max is not that kind of nerd.
No, unfortunately. So yeah, what was so Tears of the Kingdom was the second one or the first one?
Of the new open world settings, it's the second one.
Okay, cool.
What brush do I want to use? Let's do this one.
And then the second project I've been working on, I put these guys on Twitter, so if you guys want to take a closer look at some of what these look like, I do have pictures on Twitter, but I have been using contrast paints for the Imperial Guard units, and I like how they've been turning out. These are just base coats, so it's pretty messy, but just to get a feel for like what the base coat is going to be. This is a like 85 to 90% complete guardsman that I wanted to do, just to get the color scheme down, just to see how he would look. I'm happy with the turnout. I like the camo, I like the green, I like the brown. I will most likely assembly line these guys and just go, everything brown. I'll do all 10 models, and then everything silver, I'll do all 10 models, and so I'll just go back and forth. So I'm going to try that technique just because these guys, comparatively to like a Space Marine, you look at the size difference and you go like, oh, okay. Yeah, these are like the... Let me see if my camera wants to focus, yeah. So the detail on these guys are a lot more intense. But they are a pleasure to paint. They're actually really fun.
I've never painted any of the Space Marines. I've never done anything Warhammer before.
I
found some 3D models that I think I could print that could make me be a part of the Warhammer Sunday morning streams.
To be fair, you're already part of them, and you don't even need Warhammer models. So, I mean, hell, you and X-Ray Girl did one, what was it, last weekend?
Yeah.
I think? Yeah, so...
As long as it's painting, that's all that matters.
I was gonna say, yeah, X-Ray Girl wasn't even painting Warhammer models. She was doing her
paint by numbers.
Yes, that's right.
I loved it so much.
So, yeah, to be fair, painting is painting on these streams. But, I was gonna say, if you did want to do Space Marines, the largest, I think, of those models, the largest ones are Terminators, and I think that those are really fun to build and paint, so that might be a good option. Or you could do Imperial Knights, which are like massive. I think they're probably bigger than your turtle model.
Oh, really?
That you did, yeah. And those are pretty cool.
I still need to... I have him sitting next to me. I still need to put him on I still need to super glue him to his base.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, he looked awesome. I liked his final product. So.
That was really fun to do.
do you have a specific color scheme for, you said Link, right?
Yes, I'm gonna have him match his outfit from the game. So I'm trying to keep it along that.
Along those lines, yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart because I know a lot of people who are super creative within the Warhammer hobby that, like even X-Ray Girl was like, I want to do purple armor or something. So she just kind of created her own color scheme. But I like to have the reference point. Like I like to see where I need to shade, where I need to highlight, what colors I need to go with, for each, individual article of clothing or whatnot. So the reference is good for me, just so I don't get lost. So, because if I come up with something on my own, I'll just,
That's why I had printed out a reference sheet for my last one of like some samurai armor that I liked.
Nice.
I need to do that for Link. I mean, I've got 3 screens here. I could just have it up, but I like having it like off underneath like my paints a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I really like having reference sheets, and it was in my brain last night. I was like, oh, I need to print this off. Yeah, it didn't happen.
That's okay. It's all right. I did text you late, so that's probably also why. That's probably my fault as well, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna text her Saturday morning to check, and then Saturday got busy, and then I was like, oh, I still haven't texted Kara, and it's like probably 7 o'clock. I think it was like 7 or 8 or something. So
it was 8 o'clock, but it wasn't. I was actually meaning to text you, so it doesn't matter.
It worked out then. Good. So for the chat, I am using contrast paint Wildwood from Citadel. This is the first time I've started using the contrast paints. I really like them. They apply really smoothly, and it does both shading and layering at the same time. It's really interesting. I don't think I'd use the contrast paints on like larger units, but they work great for speed painting. But if you want to do like a character or something, I'd still go with just your base layers and base paints and stuff.
I was really tempted to airbrush these.
Ooh, do you know? Do you have an airbrush that you are well versed in?
I do.
That's cool.
We have like multiple airbrushes in this house. So my husband did. So we got our airbrushes. So my husband went and did a school in Chicago for special effects makeup.
Oh, that's cool.
And he got an airbrush while he was there. So we've picked up a few along the way. But yeah, we so the room that I'm in used to be our craft room, and then I decided I wanted to work down here. And so now this is my office area, my other office area. And we turned our dining room into our craft room.
Oh, that's cool. You're like, sorry, honey.
Oh no, it's my husband's craft room. He's just as crafty as I am.
Oh, nice. Okay. Actually, yeah, that's true, because he does a lot of painting and drawing and stuff like that.
Yes, he's a very talented person.
I was gonna say, you had mentioned something earlier, and now I'm blanking on it. Oh, the airbrush thing.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get fairly familiar with it? Or how long did it take your husband? Because I've tried to get into airbrushing, and for the life of me, I don't know if I have the patience or if it's just because with the paintbrush, I feel like I have more control too.
Mhm.
Like I can feel like I can really get into exactly where I need to, you know, um,
Yes. So
pinpoint. Whereas like
the
the airbrush is like, ooh,
the best thing for the airbrush is to mask off what you don't want the color to go to. So like
hmm,
I was contemplating going through and doing like um the skin. And so I would have masked off all of the hair and just left the skin. That way only the skin would get that color. And then I would go through with my brushes and do the fine details.
that's awesome. I think that in it of itself is like an art form, learning how to utilize the airbrush technique and still get really good results. Um, and I will say some of the best Warhammer models that I have seen are used with an airbrush. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely like I think it's definitely what do you call it? A veteran technique, if you will. So
I hope you know that like my Instagram timeline is now just Warhammer stuff because I
oh,
keep sending you
love it.
Warhammer videos.
I love it. I'm so happy.
I love it.
Um,
It does make me happy. I'm like, oh,
right?
I can send this to Max.
I still think that, and it's funny because they're all so accurate. Like I still love
Mm-hmm.
that one that you sent where it's like the guy's like, show me your like shameful um, miniature drawer or like your plastic crack drawer.
Mm-hmm.
And mine looked so similar because it was just all these unpainted and unbuilt models, and I was like, yeah, guilty,
Can relate.
100%.
How has your weekend been?
It has been pretty uneventful, but I kind of wanted it to be that way. This is our last weekend before we start back up with the fall semester.
Mm.
Um, that I don't have any classes, so I really just wanted to like do nothing, uh, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
you
like,
needed a break.
yeah, and when I mean like, normally when people say, "Oh, I'm not gonna really do anything," they'll still, you know, go to the beach or like
You just
play
wanted to
video games
lay
or
at
something.
home and just nap.
And like, when I mean do nothing, I mean to lay there and just stare at the wall, like literally do nothing. Because I was just like, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll read a comic here or there, or maybe I'll, paint some models and stuff. But like for the most part, uh, do nothing was very nice this week. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. So yeah, not too eventful of a weekend, but we do have Al McNeil. He says, "Hey there," and Al, thanks for being here. I know you are currently traveling, so I appreciate you dropping by the chat, even though you were out and about, sir. So always good seeing you guys whenever you pop into the chat, because it's been a while. So
So, speaking of comics, my husband was at a comic show yesterday in Colorado Springs. He took his
oh,
family,
cool.
and he randomly met Mike Barron there.
No way! How
Yeah.
awesome! That's great. Yeah, because honestly, Mike could probably, hopefully, maybe one of these days, Mike could work for Eric. I know they've already got Chuck, so
That would be awesome.
yeah.
It'd be really cool.
But what a cool opportunity! Yeah, one of the OG Punisher dudes.
Yeah. And then, like, the whole reason he even wanted to go to the convention is because our friend Adam Hughes was there.
Oh, nice.
So he wanted to go and see Adam.
I have so much stuff for him to sign. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, so whenever you guys ever see him again, I'll send you a care package of all my comics I need him to sign, and I'll just give you money for how much he wants.
They're good people. I miss them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the relationship that you guys have built over the years with a fellow artist must be really cool to keep in contact with, and you know, the stuff that he's done for you guys is so gracious and kind. You know, it just really shows his type of the type of person that he is.
Yeah. He's a great character. Alright, let's see. What brush do I want to use for this?
So when you're painting, Kara, do you have different textures? Do you have different styles of paints? Or is it just pretty much all one style? Like, do you have like a layer paint, a base coat paint, a shade, stuff like that? Or do you just use one, I guess, style?
So of course I go with the base paint first. It depends on what tone I want for the character, on whether it'll be a black base coat or a gray base coat.
Mm-hmm.
So like if there's any like golds or metallics, I'll typically go with black. But for the most part, I keep it very basic. And I could use this. Sorry, distraction.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it could be fun.
Those are always the best little projects. Is like, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, so let's just send it and see how it goes.
Yeah. I don't think it'll look good, but that's what another layer of paint is for. But I have... I keep it very basic with my painting. Like, I don't do, like, a ton of, like, shading layers, and I don't have the most artistic eye for that kind of stuff. So I just try to keep it kind of basic.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're more fit for, I don't know, because I feel like people who are more math, science heavy, administratively better at that kind of stuff aren't as creatively inclined, but I feel like you have a good mixture of both.
I do feel like I have a good mixture of both. So it's kind of weird because like I love doing all of like the more like I like doing both of those things. Like I like painting, I like being crafty, and then I also really like spreadsheets and organizational stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah, your spreadsheets are like a work of art in themselves.
Who needs to paint miniatures when you're good at making spreadsheets?
Yes, like, I just finished taking this, I think I was telling you guys, like this data and analytics course where all it is just Excel spreadsheets and organizing data and figuring out functions and equations to like determine the best outcome to find this data and all this stuff like that. And I was like, honestly, I can't use any of this. The only thing I could probably use this for is like organizing my comic collection on like an Excel spreadsheet or something. But even still, it never made sense to me. So
yeah, it just didn't
that's
click.
cool that you, yeah. But that's cool that you have those organizational skills, because not everyone has that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say my house is pristine, but the way my computer is organized is.
I was gonna say, and the way that you organize tasks, I think, is the bigger, the thing that matters even more, because like you you look at the stuff you do for Eric and the stuff you do, not around the house necessarily, but like for yourself, I think you had sent me that one application where you were like, hey, if you want to try this, use this for. You had like one for health and fitness.
Oh, my Notion board.
Yeah, like stuff like that is like, gosh, that's so well done. At least I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was my Notion board. Yeah, I love that thing.
By the way, chat, if you guys are looking at my painting skills and you're like, man, this guy's going all over the place. It's all right. It's all right. These are just base coats. I'm not trying to be super detailed at this point in time. I'm just trying to get the base layer down so that we have something to build off of, and then we go from there. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a little messy at first.
Base coats are always messy.
Yeah, I'll get friends who are like, oh, like you should like send me some of the, like, what are you building or painting? Like you should send me some of the stuff that you're working on. And I'm like,
but it doesn't look good right now.
I know, exactly. It's like, well, I'm kinda, an artist doesn't really show like a work in progress. At least, like, my mom's an artist and she always hated when she was like, it's not done yet. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's like when girls put on makeup. Like,
yes,
they don't want you to see until the finished product, because everything in between is gonna make you run away.
What is that? You got,
oh my god!
Only one, like, one eye that has the eyelashes on and the other eye doesn't, or something.
Yep.
Eric O'Sullivan says, what's up with X-Ray Girl? She couldn't have brought her dolls to paint on vacation?
Yeah, she didn't want to hang out with us. She wanted to fully enjoy and experience the mountains.
Yeah.
Without us nerds.
Which, to be fair, I do not blame her for.
I don't blame her one bit. I envy her.
Yes, yeah, me too. But what was I gonna say? It's funny, Eric, that you mentioned that though, because we were thinking about maybe in Dallas, actually like bringing our minis and what that would like look like to see. Maybe we could do a paint stream while we were there. But when you think about like all the stuff that you really do have to bring,
yeah,
it's
a
tough.
lot.
Yeah. Unless you have that case that you sent me on Instagram.
Yes.
Where I was
everything
like, oh
just kind of sticks in there already, and
yes.
The only thing you would really need to worry about is like your paints and.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool.
I'm just doing a base coat on this cape real quick, because that's the last thing I didn't have a base coat on. What's your big plans for the remainder of your Sunday?
This afternoon I am gonna help my mom and dad out with some chores, and then after that probably come back home and start getting ready for I need to get some articles together and some clips together for tonight's Max's Man Cave, so I'll most likely do that, and then I think that's it for the most part. I won't have time to go to church today, unfortunately, but it's like, helping mom and dad out. I don't mind doing that if that means missing a service or whatever. They film all their stuff, so it's not a big deal. So I'll pretty much do that today, and then tomorrow is the new semester. Oh, and tomorrow I will also be putting in my resume for 2 different job openings.
Ooh.
For like, yeah, for full-time big boy work.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so
My Max is growing up.
I mean, it's about time. Once I turned 30, I was like, fuck, I should probably do something, eh? You know, so, I mean, not that doing YouTube is not doing something, but it's been great to do this part-time while going to school full-time. But now that school is kind of coming to a close, I'm hoping to have the work already in place before I graduate.
Yeah.
So that there's a smooth transition there.
Is this your last semester?
It is, yes. So last semester,
Ooh.
the military GI Bill, you know, like I said, has paid for everything, which has been fantastic. But once I'm not in school anymore, the second I'm done with my last class, zero monies, yeah. They kind of go, yep, you better have a job by the time that last class ends.
Yep.
So, and I told myself, you know, if YouTube was the thing that gave me a job, like if I were to be able to have this as my full-time job before the end of my school year, I would stick with YouTube full-time. But because it doesn't look like, you know, revenue, subscribers, watch hours, stuff like that, still looks like it's more of a part-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look for a job here in SoCal. But I'll still do this on the side because I really don't want to, you know, we've created something so cool here that I really don't want to give that part up.
Yeah, you're not allowed to leave me.
No, of course not. I wouldn't dare think of it.
You better not. That better not ever cross your mind unless you get a girlfriend that's just like, yeah, you can't have girlfriends. Then I would
like,
kind of
okay.
understand, but I would still be bitter.
I would get you guys on a phone call and I'd be like, y'all need to work this out because I need my sister wives and I need my girlfriend.
Yep.
So
we're all important women in your life.
Exactly. So we need to work something out. Speaking of important women, did you guys have a stream recently about Miyazaki's female characters?
We did on Toxic Femme last Monday.
Nice. How did that go?
It was good. It was just it was a topic that came up about how the proper way to show strong, independent women without them trying to take over the masculine role.
Mm-hmm.
Because women are strong in their own way. They don't need to be strong and physically imposing or masculine to be considered strong, whether it's strong-willed, strong-hearted. Miyazaki, just look at Chihiro and Spirited Away. She had her parents taken away from her in a very kind of traumatizing manner. She's stuck in a spirit world. She kind of has her initial freak out, and it's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god! But then she's like, all right, let's buckle down, and I need to save my parents, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to get home.
Yeah, I recently rewatched Spirited Away, and Chihiro really goes through a phase where, because at the beginning of
she's a bratty little...
Yeah.
She's a bratty little shit in the beginning of the movie, and then
parents,
you really see her...
the transition.
Yeah, she definitely transitioned into a more responsible or accepting of responsibilities.
Yeah. or I guess I should say transformational,
Yeah.
because she transformed into this young woman who respects her elders, who
Mhm.
can think for herself, who is adventurous. But like you said, at the beginning of the film, she's kind of a little shit,
She
and
is.
her parents are like, "Have some manners, Chihiro. Like, say thank you or say please or do this or do
Mhm.
that."
You
And
got
she's kind of
flowers.
like,
Stop whining about it.
"Yes, exactly." And then even when she meets, what is it, Yubaba?
You baba.
Um,
Yeah.
Even Yubaba's like, "You are a little shit, aren't you?"
Yep.
Um, and so finally, after the kindness of all of the characters that she meets, and I forget all of their names, but after the kindness that she's shown, after the lessons that she learns from
Between Haku
Haku, yeah.
and Lin, and then the Boiler Man.
Oh, Boiler Man is like top tier. He acts
He's
like
so good.
he's so cool. He gives her the last tickets that he has for that
That he's been
train.
saving for decades.
Yes. Oh my god. And he's like, you know what? You need these more than I do.
Yep.
So he's a real one. And
Mhm.
Lynn is great because she's like kind of looking out for her, but also teaching her like pretty tough lessons.
Mhm. But not like
But yeah,
smothering. She's teaching her and caring about her without being like trying to think of the right word. She's not overbearing.
correct. She allows
She
her to
was the
make
one who
mistakes.
really taught her responsibility.
Yeah, because like she was like, you're gonna have to get a job here, and you're gonna have to work your ass off,
Mhm.
if you want to stay here, or if you want your parents again. So, the the other character that's kind of like that is Princess Mononoke, because she initially starts out being like, I fucking hate all humans, and
Mhm.
they're the worst, and they're the ones that are corrupting everything, and like you're just a filthy human. And the kindness of
Of Ashitaka.
Ashitaka is what brings her around to say, like, maybe not all humans are like this, like I
Yeah.
can't believe that. And even Yakul, the elk, the elk
Mhm.
that he rides, even like she's like, man, you really must love your master here,
Yeah.
because he sticks around and
Oh, whenever he's hurt and he's laying in the pool. Yeah.
yes, yeah. So stuff like that, where you have these really, for lack of a better term, strong, quote unquote, strong female characters that almost realize that, hey, I'm kind of being insufferable. I'm being really condescending, or I'm being aggressive, when the best way to approach this is through through compassion and patience and understanding, and not just being this like boss bitch or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
you don't need to be a boss bitch to win a situation. Like,
Yeah.
I think strong women are ones that can keep their cool and figure out how to basically get a situation handled without going the cheap route.
Yeah. And I think, I think what a lot of women don't realize is that they are super powerful and have a lot of strength and a lot of, let's see, they can make
Influence.
men, yes, influence. They have a lot of influence solely based off of how they treat other people, and how they come across physically and emotionally. Like a woman can manipulate a man in a heartbeat
Oh,
based
yeah.
off of how she smiles or how she dresses or how she treats him. A man can crumble based off of the emotional weight or power that a woman introduces to him. So I think a lot of women don't actually realize the strength and power that they do have based off of how they're able to, utilize that stuff.
It's because they see we're trained so much to see strength as aggression,
Right.
where in reality, I think one of the best forms of strength is the ability to keep your head in a stressful situation.
Yeah, 100%. It's like having immense amount of power and yet knowing when to use it.
Yes.
I think is a really good determinant of someone's strength. Because like you look at someone like, I don't know, Gandalf or Eowyn from Lord of the Rings. Gandalf has the power to like defeat Balrogs, right? And yet he's quiet, he's reserved, he knows when to strike. And same thing with, or am I thinking Eowyn or Arwen? Maybe Arwen. Arwen takes out those ring wraiths with the big, wall of water.
Mm-hmm.
He has incredible power, but knows exactly when to use it, and can be reserved when she needs to. There are just so many great examples of women and men that are powerful that don't necessarily need to use their.
You don't gotta be a
muscle for their
bitch to be
aggression.
respected.
I like that. Quote that and put that above my. I need that sign in my house. You don't need to be a bitch to be respected. Quote hashtag Carolyn 2020. Let's see. Lord Thoth says, if you were having a meetup, do a stream where your fans can drop by and give you pointers or pick up pointers. Oh, interesting. Okay, so like they'd let me know if I'm doing a shitty job painting. I mean, people already do that here, so it's all good, Lord Thoth.
Yeah, I'm very critical of Max, obviously.
Yes, exactly.
That's why I do these streams, so I can sit here and giggle.
Yeah, and watch my technique and go, oof. Good
I
thing,
can do so much better.
Harley
No.
Dave says, clearly Max doesn't need chat, only the ladies. Well, what if the ladies are in my chat, Harley
Yeah,
Dave?
why not both?
Yeah, we can have shrimps in the chat
Yeah.
in real life. Eric O'Sullivan says, I grew up in a house full of Irish women. They invented strong, stunning, and brave. There you go. And then, Eric, I think if, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a Miyazaki fan as well, right? Eric says, who wore the pants, quote unquote, in Dune? Was it the Emperor, Dukes, and Barons of the great houses, the Landsraad, Chaom, Chom? Or was it the Bene Gesserit? Yeah. God, I still love that movie, man. I'm with you, Eric. I think Dune is super underrated. I really enjoyed the cinematography and the production design and the
stunning.
sound design. Yeah. It all looked really nice.
So it got pushed to March of next year, which happens to be the day before my husband's birthday.
Ooh, okay.
So he doesn't have a choice. I know what we're doing for his birthday.
Nice. Good. That'll be a cool little birthday present to go see that together.
We did John Wick for my birthday this year.
Hey, that's badass. How, that was John Wick 4, right? How was that?
I really enjoyed it. I loved the Japanese themes that they did a lot with it. And then where they were in Paris was beautiful. I think it was better than the last one.
Okay. Because 3 was in, they were like in Italy or something, right?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched 3. I should have gone through and rewatched them all. But I think Bill Skarsgård is a great villain in this.
Oh, Right, yeah. It's fantastic.
He's a really good actor. And then, of course, the whole thing with, oh gosh, what's his name? The actor that died right before the movie came out. The guy who plays Winston's right hand. Why can't I think of his name? Come here, IMDb.
Yeah, I wish I knew. I forgot who it was.
John Wick. Lance Reddick.
Oh yeah, that's
Lance
right.
Reddick.
Ugh.
Yeah, that one hit me hard. I didn't expect for that one to hit me as hard as it did because like he's just a voice in so many of the different forms of media that I consume. Like between both video games and movies, like he's just got such an iconic voice.
Yeah.
Al, thank you for the sub.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you for subbing, guys. Yeah, we've been losing a lot of people this year.
I mean, we lost Bob Barker yesterday.
Yeah, and I guess the woman who voiced Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Man, these are a lot of
Bob Barker
pop
was
culture.
also 99 years old.
Oh, what a legend!
Right?
Absolute legend. I saw something. I think it was on Twitter. I forget, but it said Bob Barker really got the closest to 100 that he possibly could.
I saw that one. I saw that.
'cause
That
he
was
on
great.
Price is Right or whatever, and I was like, oh, he actually probably would have laughed at that.
Yeah, he definitely would have.
Oh, and shit, Crip Daddy.
I saw
Gosh,
that. Yeah.
That was one that actually hit me fairly hard because even though I didn't know him personally, he did like a collaboration with JonTron, and he was so involved with Friday Night Tights and Chrissy, and like he just felt like he was part of our circle, and I saw his tweets all the time. So it was really odd when it was just like, oh my gosh, he's not here anymore. So that shit sucked, but
I'll be honest, like I heard about it before Toxic Femme, and I had never heard of him, so.
Oh, okay.
Because like you guys know I'm very new to this community.
For sure, yeah. And that's totally fair. Because I would not have heard of him either if it hadn't been for Friday Night Tights and JonTron, so.
Man, I just
I
got
always
hungry.
Find that, I always find that whenever I'm trying to do like a smaller portion of a model, I'll like hold my breath.
Uh-huh.
Like, not to mess up. And then I forget to breathe and go, oh yeah, I should probably breathe. What are you craving? Do you normally crave breakfast food?
No, I'm actually not a big breakfast person.
Oh, okay.
But most weekends we'll typically go to like Waffle House once a week.
Nice.
Just as kind
Love
of
it.
part of our a routine.
Yeah.
Like we'll typically Saturday mornings we'll go run errands, go have breakfast, and but other than that I really don't eat breakfast. And last night I went full adult and had pizza rolls for dinner. So.
Oh, I love it.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
I was a grown adult, and I put some pizza rolls in the oven.
I put them in the air fryer.
Ooh, even smart. Yeah. See, that's an adult move.
Yes.
Children put it in the oven, but adults put it in the air fryer.
Exactly.
That's great. Now, do you like breakfast foods?
I do.
Or okay.
I do. I just have never been a big breakfast person like my whole life. Like I like waffles. I love waffles.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I
Say,
make
like,
some really good pancakes.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I make some pretty bomb ass pancakes that I learned from my grandpa. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Like,
A
his
friend of mine-
pancakes are legendary in our family. So.
That's such a cool thing that you guys can have that passed down from him.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine in college, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make, she was friends with myself and my roommates, and we were all football guys, and she was like, y'all need like a hearty breakfast, so I'm gonna make you some pancakes. And she made us food. She made us the pancakes with protein batter or like protein powder batter. It was something like that. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
So it was so rad because, I mean, they didn't taste too bad actually, but yeah, it was just protein pancakes. It was so rad, and stuff like that is pretty cool. It wasn't, your grandpa's. I'm sure it wasn't as good as your grandpa's recipe though, but.
Sorry, focused on very small part.
No, you're fine. I'm just reading the chat. So, yeah, Wode says he was a talented man, iconic voice, talking about Lance Reddick. Absolutely.
Yes.
And where was it? Yes, that was the other one, Wode. For any wrestling fans, Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, dude, two absolute legends as well. Gosh dang. Eric O'Sullivan said Donovan or Crip Daddy's final tweet is legendary and a great punchline. It really was, Eric. That's exactly how Donovan would have gone out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so sudden, man. It was just like when things like that are sudden, it feels shitty because it's like,
yeah, like you're still in shock. You're still trying to be like, wait, do I still need to wake up? Like.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk to somebody like the day before or something, or you see him on something the day before.
Yeah. Because you go, oh man, like I have so much time with this person, and then you realize like, oh, I guess I don't.
I may not.
Yeah. Brian King, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. He says, Max, what are your thoughts on the Warhammer Death Guard? I don't play and I don't collect much Death Guard. I know that they are Daddy Nurgle, right? From what I remember. I always get, some people say like, oh, do you like the Death Corps or the Death Guard? And sometimes people get those mixed up in terms of like, sometimes, yeah, I even get them mixed up between the Death Corps of Krieg and the Death Guard. But if you're talking the Nurgle, Prince of Disease and Rot and Decay, if you're talking about those Death Guard, I think the models are really cool. I think they're super intricate and well done. The sculpts on those are gorgeous. But yeah, I don't really have an affinity for the Chaos Legions all that much. Even like Thousand Suns, I don't know if it's just their paint scheme or their aesthetic. I'm just not a huge fan, but that's just me. And then Josh says, maybe it's because of my time in LA, but I'm a huge breakfast/brunch person. Pancakes are my weakness.
Oh, I love pancakes so much. Maybe I'll make myself some pancakes this morning.
There you go. I was gonna say, Kara, if Josh and I ever come visit you, you could make all three of us, Josh, myself, and your husband, some pancakes.
Yes, please. Absolutely. And thank you, Clara.
I'll just pretend like I'm Josh's boyfriend.
Yeah. I'm
And,
sure that he would be totally fine, but you're gonna have to sell it. You're gonna have to sell it if you're gonna play his boyfriend. Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
You can't use him
Um.
as a scapegoat to get free food if you aren't gonna put out.
Josh is like, gross. Yeah, I'd never do that. We'll see. He hasn't responded yet, but I mean, Josh, free pancakes. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. Sounds like a good deal to me. I don't know. Yeah, but brunch is huge here in LA and like California. Like that's like a, I don't know. I feel like that's just a California
I see
thing.
Josh's reply.
Oh yeah. Do it for the pancakes, Josh. Don't do it for me. He's like, fine, I'll bite the bullet, whatever.
Fine.
Fine, Max, I'll do it.
I will sacrifice myself.
Yes, yeah. Alice's pancakes are just a butter and maple syrup delivery system.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. That's a good point. You're not wrong.
I do peanut butter and syrup on my pancakes.
Ooh, I've seen that done before. I have yet to do that though. But it looks
Ooh.
amazing, yeah.
Especially on, like, because I like crispy pancakes.
What?
Yeah, have you never had a pancake with crispy edges?
I have, but it's not my favorite. I like the
Really?
silky
You like more
smooth,
of
like
the fluffy?
buttery. Yes, very much so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you might not, I mean, I can make those pancakes, but my favorite are mine are fluffy but with crispy edges.
Okay. Does your husband like those as well, or does he prefer?
He's more like you. He
fluffy
likes more of the
ratio.
fluffy.
Yeah. Fluffy to crispy ratio.
And he knows he's not allowed to make pancakes in this house because he doesn't do it right. He tried once, and let's just say it's not going to happen again.
That's like me, like doing the dishes and being like, oh, babe, I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it well. And you just like, you know, my girlfriend, whoever it is at the time, just being like, get out of the way, I'll do it. And then me getting out of doing dishes. He probably knew that if he made bad pancakes, that you were just gonna be like, you know what, get out of the way. I'll make.
Probably
He's
devious
like,
men.
oh, I'm sorry. I can't
Oh
make it. Yeah. Oh no. Oh shoot. Ugh. I guess you're just gonna have to make pancakes for me from here on out. Oh, such a bummer.
Darn.
Darn. Yeah, whoa, Death Guard models are awesome. Lots of details to mess with and tons of kit bash opportunities. Rules on the tabletop 10 have them at the bottom of the barrel. Oof. Well, yeah, because Woad Warrior, I think you play Death Guard, don't you? Yeah, I have not been looking at some of the 10th edition rules in terms of how models have been playing competitively, but it sucks. I'm sorry to hear that Death Guard aren't doing well. Is it just because of their rule set, or like why has 10th made them cannon fodder? I would be interested to know, because yeah, I've never played the Death Guard on the tabletop, but now I do also like waffles as well, because you get the little
Ooh.
pouches of syrup, you know.
Yes. And you
So
have to
that's
have syrup and like peanut butter or butter in every single little square.
Yes.
All of them.
An equal amount of all
Yes.
three in each square. Yeah, that's a must.
Yes. Like, my husband always teases me because I always ask for extra butter whenever I get waffles because they never give enough butter to handle all of the little squares.
Ugh. How dare they?
I know.
They should know better.
Right? Well, the people at the Waffle House here now know me, so.
Oh, okay. So they're like, oh, guys, get the extra butter carrots coming in. Yeah, I feel like, what is it? Cracker Barrel, I think, does pretty good about that stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in a while, though, but...
I actually went recently.
Oh,
Went to the one in our town for the first time a few weeks ago. It was okay. I still prefer my pancakes over their pancakes. But I'm definitely not biased at all.
No, I think that's fair. I think anything homemade is probably going to taste better than going out. Because there's just an extra bit of love in there that you don't really get with chain restaurants.
Yeah. I've been cooking. We do HelloFresh, and
Oh, there you go.
I love that service so much. Which reminds me, I need to go through my little cookbook today and organize it a bit. Because I keep all of the recipe cards that they send. And I've made a cookbook and separated it out by, like, what type of dish it is. So whether it's a quick dish, or is it a, like, Mexican dish, or...
That's so
like,
smart.
that kind of stuff. That way, even if I have to skip on a box, I can still make the recipe if I just go get the ingredients myself. And I've gone online and I've found the recipe for, like, their different spices and stuff, and I've made my own little mixes of their spices for, like, their Southwest spice and that kind of stuff.
Have you tried Blue Apron as well?
We tried Blue Apron once. We got a free box from my sister-in-law. But I really think I like HelloFresh more.
Okay. And they deliver all the way out there in
Middle of
where
nowhere?
you guys are at, in the middle of nowhere?
Yes, they do. I get mine every Thursday.
Oh, cool. That's dope. I used to order from a meal prep company that literally just sent you meals. So they were already cooked and made and had the calories on there, had the macro ingredients. So it had like protein, carbs, and fats. And it would tell you exactly what is in this dish. They tasted awful, but it was a quick delivery system because I never had time to actually cook or make anything. But after a while it was like way too expensive. So Blue Apron or HelloFresh, that actually sounds cool because, like you said, once you have those recipes and you find the ones that you really like, yeah, I mean, you could
if you ever want to try it, I can send you a free week.
Ooh, okay. And that would probably help you guys out too, give you a little bit of boost. Yeah, I'll have to contact you on that one.
Yeah, I just need you to just text me your email address and I can send it to you.
Cool. Because I do not cook, and I'm not good at cooking.
I was not a good cook, and now I'm a lot more confident.
Cool.
Because HelloFresh has really gotten me out of my comfort zone whenever it came to cooking. Like, I've learned so much, and it really got me to try different things. So
Nice.
I'm
like
very happy with it. I mean, we've been getting it for almost 3 years now.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I would much rather take a walking endorsement, from someone that I know than just word of mouth or like reviews. So It's good to hear that.
And you see a lot of people doing like sponsored streams with them right now too. Like I got reached out to like through Stream Elements. Like, oh, do you want to do a sponsored stream with HelloFresh? I was like, I probably could. I probably should, because I could talk them up. I could go and grab my huge hold on. I have a massive stack that I still have to go through. I'm gonna go grab those real quick.
Jay says, now I want biscuits and gravy. That does sound good. Biscuits and sausage and gravy. Hell yeah. Fried chicken atop of fresh waffles smothered in Southern-style sausage gravy. Oh, gosh dang it. You guys are making me hungry now, too. I am eating American breakfast vicariously through you guys. None of that here in Sicily. That's all right, Al. Because to be fair, I would actually probably rather be in Sicily than eating American breakfast food. I would take your spot in a heartbeat. But sounds beautiful.
Oh, I don't have...
Eric, well, thank you. He says, I appreciate Max takes care of his hands. I'm serious. Nothing looks worse than grubby fingernails if you're having close-ups of your hands on these shows.
Yes.
Well, thanks, man. That's you know, let's see. Let's see if we can. I mean, I do have hangnails. I get hangnails all the time.
Oh, those are the worst.
But yeah, for the most part, I try and keep
All
the
right.
fingernails at bay.
I've got my big stack of recipes that I still have to go through.
That you've made into a cookbook at this point?
Yes. So I don't know if you have my stream up.
I don't, but let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Because it'll most likely be the first one. There you are. Oh my goodness.
Hold on, there's a couple of other. This is my banana bread recipe. Let's see.
And by the way, I really like y'all's craft room, or what you made into your craft room, I guess I should say.
Yes, this is my office.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, because I have the space. I haven't cleaned up our craft room yet, but yeah. So you can see these are all individual little recipe cards.
Jeez.
And then I also have this book that I have been going through and adding everything
Oh my
into
god. I love how organized that is, though. Like, I love that they are all in little plastic slipcovers,
it.
and that you've made yourself a little binder. That is so rad.
So I still have a lot I need to do.
Now, are these just all the ones that you've gotten, or are these
Yes,
your
these are just
favorites?
ones that we've gotten.
Okay.
And there's probably a few like repeats in here. Like this taco recipe is one that we get a lot. And so I just flip it over and that's all it is.
And does it tell you time frames in terms of like, okay, cool.
So like these cheddar stuffed meatloaf, prep is 10 minutes, cook is 35, and calories are 980. And that's with the meatloaf, the potato wedges, and the carrots.
Nice.
So they're really good. Everything has just so much flavor. And speaking of waffles, we did a chicken and waffles one.
Ooh. That must have been so much fun.
It was fun. But one of my favorites, I made a meatloaf parmesan a couple nights ago.
Whoa.
And I need to go through and what do I have for this week? I can't remember what I have for this week. I have this really good like buffalo crusted chicken with like spicy honey sauce that goes on top.
Oh man.
So
I am getting to a point where I'm so hungry I'm like looking at my paints being like, I wonder if I can
can I eat this? Okay, here's what I made a couple nights ago. Was this pork meatloaf parmesan. And it was really easy.
gosh.
There's no veggies with it. It was seriously just meat and noodles and sauce. So I just threw it in the oven. So
That looks excellent. Yeah, these all look really good. And the nice thing about it is that, like I said, with my old like meal plan service, it wasn't fresh. Like
oh, these are good.
Because it was just, you had to either freeze it or reheat it. Whereas like this all looks like you are actually cooking it and making it like right then and
It's
there.
pre-portioned for you.
Okay.
And you can choose whether you want like 1 serving or 2 serving. Like I of course do 2 servings, one for me, one for my husband. But I mean, it's really nice for like if you're on your own, like you are. It's good to do the 2 portions. That way you have leftovers.
Ooh, good call. Yeah. Dinner and lunch for the next day or something. Yeah. That's dope.
Like Jay's shirt. I got this is Jay's Shrink 3PO.
Fortune and glory. I love it. That is actually really cool. I haven't seen
It's
that
a
one yet.
super soft shirt too. Like they did a great job with these. All right, back to painting.
Oh, and it even has the 9-line flag on the side.
Yes, I like it. My husband was like, "When did you start getting 9-line shirts?" Because he's been getting them for years. I was like, "This is my friend's design." He's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
I'm surprised he didn't know the Welcome to the Rebellion stuff was over at 9-line.
Yeah, I mean, my husband, he doesn't really do like our kind of stuff. He doesn't pay a whole lot of attention. Like, I think of everybody that like I've met so far, Eric was the only one that he knew of before I started hanging out with y'all.
And like Order Black or something like that.
Yes, and QBG. Yeah, because of Crowder.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't blame him because like, this stuff gets exhausting after a while. If you're not in a headspace where you have an escape or some sort of support system or something where you can laugh at or enjoy, it can really bog you down.
Yeah.
It can get really.
All right. While those dry, I'm gonna go ahead and print out a reference sheet because.
Okay.
Let's see. Come here, Google. Of course, I don't think I saved it.
Looks like you've got a question here.
Oh.
Eric says, Max, it's time for brunch. What's your go-to brunch order, mimosa or Bloody Mary? And same question to Kara.
Mimosa, hands down.
I was gonna say, yeah, mimosa for sure.
Yeah, definitely a mimosa.
I'm
I'm not a tomato person. So tomato juice or like V8 and stuff like that, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Why is Netflix and Amazon trending right now? Oh, they turned down Sound of Freedom.
Really? Wow. Netflix and Amazon?
Yep, both did.
Holy shit. That's, wow. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Ryan's gonna have probably 20 videos for the next 2 days, so that's
Yep.
good. Damn, I can't believe that shit. Well, maybe I'll talk about it tonight, because
Yeah.
that's, they just, I feel like these corporations show their priorities, like they're not even trying to hide it anymore.
Yeah, it's completely blatant on what they
Yeah.
try to do.
Because, like, Netflix will promote cuties, but they won't put up fucking,
Sound of Freedom.
you know what I mean? Like, that's sus. Super sus. Oh, Soul Assassin. Good point. What about second breakfast? Afternoon tea? Dinner? Supper? What about those? Good question, Soul Assassin. You always gotta have second breakfast.
Yes.
And then what does Mary say? He goes, I don't think he knows about second breakfast, Pippin. Josh says, Max, if I come visit you, I'm going to teach you how to cook some basic meals. Your future wife will love you for it. Ooh,
Yes.
okay. I'm down. Yeah. Because honestly, Josh, it's bad, bro. Like, I burn eggs, dude. Like, it's not somehow. Somehow, some way, I am a bad cook. I think it's just because I'm very impatient and I hate the time it takes to like I just want to sit down and eat. So I just get really
Frustrated.
even if it takes like even if it takes like 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Wode says a lot when a company will run cuties and not Sound of Freedom. Oh, and 11
Yeah.
C's too. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, that was the thing that immediately came to my head was like, you've shown where your priorities lay. Or
Yeah.
lie, I guess I should say. And yeah, good to see you, Soul Assassin. Thanks for being here. He says, howdy, Max, Kara, X-Ray Girl in chat, even though X-Ray she's here with us in spirit.
I miss X-Ray Girl so much.
I know your sister wife is kind of you have to live vicariously through her, I
I
guess.
know. I won't get to see her until, like, until she gets back, which won't be until, like, September 11th.
Yeah, it's gonna be another 2 weeks.
I
3 weeks,
know!
2 weeks, yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be a quiet 2 weeks. But I did see that you did No Man's Sky the other day though with Tubbs, yeah?
Yes,
Cool.
they
I
had...
still need to go. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, they had the new update. They did a huge update. Go for it.
I still need to go rewatch that because yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch that live, so I'll go rewatch it. How's the update? How do you like it?
I haven't had the chance to really experience everything yet.
Okay.
But from what I've seen so far, it just looks sharp.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say, are there like when they do updates, do they do new lands or new how does that work?
So
Character
basically it's
designs.
adding different, they added a new character race, and they added on some more story, they added on some new weapon types. I see Soul Assassin's asking if we're gonna play Starfield when it comes out. You know I am! Oh my
Ooh,
god, that's this
let's
week!
Starfield.
I'm so excited! Ugh.
Is that one of the ones that you were watching in Dallas? Or no?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
That's
cool.
the collector's edition I ordered while I was there.
Nice. I understood that reference.
Yes.
That's awesome. Cool. I can't wait to see you guys play that then.
I'm so ready.
Oof, I need more water on this bad boy.
Google Docs. Let me throw all these onto a piece of paper.
So, chat, just so you guys are aware, or if you guys are trying to follow along somewhat, essentially what I did with these, I think I had, yeah, I've got 6 of them that I'm working on right now. Oh, let me get this guy out of the way. But I base coated all these guys in contrast paints. I did the fatigues, all the leather, and all the armor. So kind of a beige, a brown, and a green. I'm gonna wait for the contrast paint to dry, and then I will go over all 6 of these with not Agrax Earth Shade, but I think the Reichland Fleshade. At least that's what I think I did for the other ones. And it kind of looks like this when it comes out. It's very messy and shady, but then once you get all the shade and like all the recesses, I then go back over it with my layer paints. So I'm just waiting for all of these guys to dry, and then I will go over it with the ink, just in case y'all were wondering, like, oh, what is he doing now? That's kind of the process. That might have been a bit too much water.
Ooh, I just realized something.
Yes.
I have an amiibo of Link from this game that I can use as reference.
An amiibo? What's that?
Let me go grab it.
Is it like a Funko Pop? Good brush control, Max. Very important with contrast. Well, thank you, Woad. I appreciate that, man. I've noticed, I'll go a few years without painting, and I'll almost kind of lose the craft and the skill of it. But I'll begin to paint again, and it starts to come back to me. But it takes a good amount of time to get back to where I feel like I was skill-wise. So I appreciate it. But yeah, I really enjoy this, and I think it's one of the few things in life that I do okay. I am not an expert. I am not a master, but I think I could say that I enjoy this enough to where I'm like, okay, I'm fairly okay at this, but yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so it is like a little figure then.
Yes, so this is actually compatible with the game. It's got an NFC tag underneath, like inside of it. So whenever you touch this figure down to your Nintendo Switch, it'll spawn like items for you.
No way, in the game?
Cool.
That's so rad. How do you know when to drop them down on the Switch?
There's a little button that you can do that'll basically, you can do it once a day. It's pretty cool.
That is super cool. I like the interactability, if that's a word.
Yes.
Interaction. The ability to interact with the actual like video game console or controller, and having that figure. And that's actually I love the design on the cape and everything. It's
yeah,
cool.
This is a really good amiibo. My husband tracked this down for me because I really wanted it.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. So then, when did you first get started with Link and Zelda and that whole universe?
Ooh,
Did
I
you
was
play?
little.
I was gonna say, did you play like something Mask?
Majora's Mask? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I have played that one. The first ones I actually, so those were on the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube, and I actually did not have those consoles.
Okay.
So the only Zelda games I grew up with were the handheld ones. So I had like a Phantom Hourglass and a few different other ones, Link Between Worlds or Link to the Past. I had
Are
those.
those like Game Boy, Game Boy Advance?
Those were 3DS and DS, I believe. Yeah, Nintendo DS and then the 3DS. So I started with those, with the Nintendo DS ones. And then I didn't get to play Majora's Mask until it came out on the Game Boy. So they ported it to the Game Boy. And I still have my, because that was actually a gift from my husband. It was my first birthday gift as us as a couple.
Oh, I love that. That's cool.
He got me the special edition Majora's Mask gold Nintendo 3DS.
Oh, that's badass.
So he got
That's
me
really
the
cool.
3DS, and then he also bought me Monster Hunter to play as well. So.
Damn, nerds who sleep together stay together.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Sorry,
you are not wrong.
was that too much? Did I go?
Absolutely not.
I have to make up for X-Ray Girl's inappropriate jokes somehow. So.
I miss her so much.
No. I know she's having a great time, but I also think there's a little part of her that's like, oh, I miss
I know.
being, home with the pups and the husband and the friends and all that stuff. So.
Well, she should be meeting up with Mark in a few days.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I think Mark is going to be going up there here soon.
Hell yeah, that'll be awesome.
I think he's meeting her in London.
Jolly old London. Oh, you sound like you're from London. Jay says, for classic English tea, the Yorkshire tea brand is the best. I'm a big fan of Twinings Earl Grey. Jay, you'll have to let X-Ray Girl know because I will not be at the UK meetup, nor do I really drink tea, but it's Twinings Earl Grey sounds way better than the coffee that I normally drink. Let's see. Saul says, Bob Ross smiles on you, Max. Dude, that is like... Bob Ross is a legend, so I would be honored. Josh, somehow, I don't know how I can do this on my end, but I'm trying to find out how I can block you, because Kara, for reference, Josh just said he bought a Funko Pop last week, and I'm deeply disappointed.
How
It was
dare.
$2.99. It was $2.99, and it was Omega Red. I don't care how much it was or who the character was. If it's a Funko Pop, you do not need it, Josh.
I mean,
hello, Dr. Rachel. Good to see
only
you.
judge him a little bit for it.
Kara, are you siding with Josh on this one? Wow.
I might be.
I mean, I'm all for... You know me. I'm an enabler. If someone says, should I get this? I normally, 9 times
You
out
say
of 10,
yes.
10, I say yes. I go, yeah, get it. And get whatever else, get the deluxe edition. Get 2 copies, get it all. But I can't support this one, Josh.
I am with you. I don't like Funko Pops. I used to get just the Overwatch ones.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
have one Pikachu Funko Pop, but that's the only one I have. Because it's Pikachu.
I was gonna say, your love of Pikachu almost kind of counteracts the Funko Pop nature of it. So I give you a pass. And plus, I don't know if I give...
1 second, my husband's
girls...
calling me.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I'll let you go. Yeah, I don't know if I give girls the same treatment that I would a man if a man buys a Funko Pop. I don't Hello, Dr. Rachel. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Uh, Bandito Bane says, "Hey MVP, fellow Warhammer fan over here, and I'm going to play some Kill Team later today with my Felgor Ravagers." Oh, Bandito Bane. Yo, I need to get those Felgor Ravagers models because one of my first armies, I think, if not, yeah, one of my first fantasy Warhammer armies was Beasts of Chaos. And so the Felgor Ravagers are like exactly what I want for Warhammer 40k. Is just Beasts of Chaos but with chainswords. So let me know how it goes, man. That sounds awesome. And Kill Team sounds fun. Kill Team, Combat Patrol, like those smaller games that aren't necessarily these like big 2,000 point games that last for a while. So that's cool. Even Rachel is giving you a hard time, Josh. That's funny.
Printing. Sorry, my husband was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, I'm streaming. He's like, "Oh shit, it's Sunday."
Aw.
He's like, "I'll let you get back to Max. I'll talk to you later."
Aw. Did he say? Did he ask to check and see if the glass has been broken on my crayon that you guys sent me?
He has not. So, oh my god, I love.
That was so funny.
I got a good kick out of that. I showed him the video you sent me, and he's like, "Worth it."
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, thank you so much. That was still so sweet. Bandito Bane says, "Miss you guys." Oh, well, we miss you, brother. Thanks for being here. And yeah, you're more than welcome to always hang out with us.
Always.
Yeah. Let's see. Woad Warrior says, "I mean, at least it's Omega Red." No, Woad Warrior. Don't be excusing this Funko Pop behavior. I will not allow that in my chat. No. Rachel says she's got something big happening in a few weeks. That'll be fun. Okay,
Ooh.
Rachel, nice. That'll be great. I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. Rachel, does it have anything to do with your hobby channel?
Oh.
So I think Rachel has a YouTube channel with all of her crafts and hobby stuff. So
Hobbies are fun.
Yeah.
Crafts are even more fun.
Now, I went to Hobby Lobby the other day.
To pick up chicks.
To pick up well,
The bibs.
that was actually secondary because I initially needed to grab these little cork bases so that I could put my models on to paint. But then I was like, oh yeah, there are girls here. And what was I gonna say? Oh, I was just kind of going through all the aisles because I had some time to spare, and I was like, what? Because normally I know exactly what I'm looking for and I just grab it. But I was just walking through some of these aisles, just looking at like all the different crafting materials. And I was like, there are so many thousands of different things that are that could be potentially used for stuff. It was almost like overwhelming. But when you do crafts, would you consider them like scrapbooking or painting, or like what would be consider, or like even some people would consider crafting like knitting, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
What would be considered, do you think, like crafting or crafts?
Ooh.
Because there's so like
gosh,
there's
that's
just
a
such
tough
a
one.
plethora, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, I think when someone says like crafting, I immediately think of like scrapbooking.
Yeah, like paper craft of some sort.
Yes, yeah, I think so. But
yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
I'm going to...
I realized my printer is out of magenta ink, so I have to order ink.
Ugh.
So I went to go and print off my reference, and it's just like, yeah, no.
Printer ink is crazy
Stupid
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, it's like, and yeah, it'll be like, oh, you need magenta, and I'll be looking around like, when have I ever used magenta ink? You know? So I just bought a black and white printer because it's just, I think for me it was just easier just to, at least for the cost benefit analysis or whatnot. Like I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be so much easier just to do black and
I
white.
have two different printers here, but one is for like my nice like art prints, which is the one I use my like for my whenever I print my stickers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is actually a sublimation printer. So sublimation is basically you can print an image onto a particular piece of paper with this particular type of ink, and then you can basically heat transfer that image directly onto like a material, whether it be like a coffee cup or a shirt or something like that.
That's so cool. See, yeah, those I would consider crafts too, you know. Like doing merch or making shirts or coffee mugs or something like that. I would consider that like a crafty thing.
Yeah.
But that's awesome that you guys have those dual printers because you could do so much with either one.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
I
sure
made sure to get like a printer that like was big enough so if I wanted to do like 11 by 17 prints or something like that.
And I'm sure your husband probably uses that for some of his art pieces, right?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah, we do that sometimes, and then we have a local printer here that we like to go get his art prints printed at.
Nice. Yeah, man, that's super cool. I like that. My mom has one of those super nice, high quality printers as well, because she just, whenever she's printing out her designs, or if she's doing, I think what she calls like a lookbook, where when she goes to different galleries or different boutiques, she'll show her art pieces through these lookbooks. But she has these really high quality gloss prints of her pieces, so those printers are really useful for stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of what this printer is for, was basically for like nice photography prints.
Cool.
And like I researched it for like a month to try to decide on what kind of printer I wanted.
Oh yeah, you like, cause you have to do some research to really figure out which one you want. So
yeah, like what are the pros and cons, like what is the upkeep cost, how much is the ink, how much is the good paper, like all of that goes into it.
And what are like the reviews from other people? Like what have other people said about it that are like, you know, oh, this thing fucking blows, you know, or whatever it is. Like, I highly, or I take into consideration reviews very highly because if other people say that this thing, even like eBay sellers, like you gotta really look at those as well. But
yes, I haven't bought anything off eBay except for like, well, recently I bought my Kikyo statue from Inuyasha, but
yes, that's right. Oh,
that was the only thing I've bought recently off of eBay.
So cool. I love that statue. It looks awesome.
It turned out it was so cool. I have another print that I want to do. I have a really cool Angelwomon from Digimon 3D model that I want to print. I think I want to do that next after I finish up with this link.
That's super dope. Digimon was always kind of the red-headed stepchild, the forgotten son. Because,
which surprises me because it had the better story.
As opposed to Pokemon?
Yes.
I think maybe the animation was, because from what I remember, and this was, I haven't watched Digimon since I was a kid, but I just remember the animation being so imaginative and so fun and colorful and like kinetic, dynamic. Because yeah, these things are robotic Pokemon essentially.
Yeah.
So it's such a cool concept. I have to rewatch that.
They actually have a new version out that they completely redid the first season of Digimon. They did it in 2021 or 2020. And I just bought the dubbed version. It's on Microsoft. That's the only place I could find it, weirdly enough. Was on the Microsoft store. And it's really good animation. It's like a reimagining of the first season. And
that is super rad.
It's been really good so far. Good morning, Grizzled.
Dr. Rachel says, no, the surprise is not a YouTube thing, but I do have a Metroid-themed art video coming out later this week. Ooh, fun, okay. I will keep my eye out. Wode says, I feel double shamed. I should be working on my orcs, and I'm on the Funko Pop watch list. Oh no. How will I explain this to the TSA? I know, right? Well, you know what, Wode? Maybe I can forgive you just this one time. Yeah, I think the Warhammer portion of you outweighs the Funko Pop, so like there could be some wiggle room. That's
yeah.
fine. Jay says, I consider my jewelry making a craft. I love that. That's such
what
a
kind
great
of jewelry making?
Good question. Thank you, Kara. Yeah, is it like bracelets, necklaces, rings, earrings?
I actually just got a smelter. A friend of mine gave it to me. And it's actually sitting here next to my desk right now. I haven't used it yet, but I really want to give it a shot.
What is it? You said it was a smelter?
As in, like, melting metal.
Damn, okay. Wow.
Let's see.
Well, let me know how that goes. That sounds intense. Rachel says, I make a lot of crafts. Paper mache, Eva craft foam, wood, cardstock, paper, fabric, metal, pumpkins, and I can paint on any of those. Wow, that is super talented, Rachel. Craft foam, wood, cardstock, paper, fabric, metal, pumpkins. Wow. And see, that is why, like, when I go to these shops like Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff, I always am in awe with just the amount of things that are in these shops and in these aisles, because it feels like it goes on for days, and you could use any one of those things from those aisles for any one of your crafts if you are creative enough. So I love that, Rachel. That's cool.
So this is the kind of stuff that you can melt down in it. I can't pull the smelter out. It's too heavy.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Man, they look like a little gold, what you would pay for, like, I'll take 3 shillings of silver or something. That's
yeah.
So rad.
They're pretty cool. I haven't messed with it yet.
What a cool concept. And then you've got Shamash. Good morning, he says. Good morning to you. And thank you for being here. Let's see. Orc patch from Etsy. Tanith first and only patch. Hell yeah, Bandito. I have a Tanith flag hanging in my man cave here. That's pretty rad. Josh says, I loved the Digimon series when I was younger. They weren't afraid to touch on dark themes.
They
Is that
weren't.
true, Kara?
Yes, and like the Digimon movie was so good. And like you
Ooh.
can't find it anywhere. It's not streaming anywhere or anything. And that movie was one of the best. Like I would watch that movie. Oh, I still remember the first time I watched that movie.
Well, I remember when the Pokemon movie came out and they introduced like Mew and Mewtwo, and for me,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, as a kid, my mind was just blown. I don't remember the Digimon movie though, so that's so. I need to go back and try and find it then.
It had such a good soundtrack too. It was so good.
That's awesome. I'm on board for this Digimon love.
Yes.
Clinton Hausch says anything you make or craft is a hobby. There you go. Even whittling would be a craft. Painting miniatures is a craft hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it would be a craft. Because you could also call like your career your craft. Because like now I'm saying craft so much that I forget what it means. But
To
like
make.
whenever I think of someone who is a expert at their craft, you could say that about a construction
skill,
like
yeah.
yeah, some sort of skill that you have, like an actor at their craft, or a filmmaker, or an architect, or anything that you do technically could be your specific craft. But yeah, I guess Clinton, like you said, painting miniatures is technically a craft as well.
It is.
Um, Wode's got to go, but thank you for being here, brother. The Emperor protects. Thank you, as always, for your generosity and support. Love to see you here, brother, and hope to see you tonight for Max's Man Cave. Dr. Rachel says crafting is such a great hobby because of the wide array of things you can make and do. 100%. Yeah.
I mean, right here next to me, where is it? So I got some silicone, and I have this little Pikachu that I had bought from a gem show, like a mineral and gems show. And I made
cool.
a silicone mold of this a couple nights ago. So I can do a resin pour inside of it and do my own little Pikachu.
Damn, how fun. That's so rad. And so he's like a little stone guy, huh?
Yeah, he's an actual stone Pikachu.
I think you're going to have a Pikachu in every form of medium, like the element possible. You'll have
Probably.
metal Pikachus, plastic Pikachus, resin Pikachus, stone
I've already
Pikachus.
have wood Pikachu. I've got 3D printed Pikachus.
Yep.
I've got a stone Pikachu. I've got cloth Pikachus because I have all my plushes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So there you go. What do you not have that you could probably add to your Pikachu collection?
I don't have any metal Pikachus. Well, this is made out of metal. Would this count? This is technically a metal Pikachu. It's a metal card that my husband got me for Valentine's Day.
You know what? Because of how cute it is and because of its sentimental value, I'll give it a pass. I'll allow it. That's technically a metal Pikachu. There you go. That's so great. I choose you.
Yes.
Did he make that, or did he?
No, he bought it,
Okay.
but it's like stinking cute.
Still pretty freaking great. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was gonna. Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, metal Pikachu. Chat, you heard it first. If ever you need to send a gift to our lovely Kara Creates here, if you guys are thinking of something to send her to support, metal Pikachus, silver, gold, copper, iron,
Titanium,
any type of metal.
tin,
Titanium.
all of the above.
Aluminum. Just the entire table of elements or whatever. Or, yeah. I think that's what it is. All the different metals on there. Just get her all those different Pikachus.
I need them all. Alright, so
Jay
I've got
says,
base coat for the torso basically done.
like that. I like that blue.
Yes.
It's very striking.
It matches
Like my-
very well. It's a little bit darker than, or a little bit lighter than the figure, but I think
Yeah.
it matches really well.
I concur. And I actually like the lighter, because when you put it up on the shelf or when you're going to display it, I think the lighter colors will make it pop.
Yeah.
Cool.
What were you gonna say? I'm
Uh,
sorry, I interrupted.
No, I was interrupting you. I was just going to say, Jay commented, she said, I do wire work with gemstones, also chainmail and Viking weave. That is so rad.
Ooh.
Jay, you should think about either selling those or like doing those for Ren fairs, Renaissance festivals, because those would be gangbusters at Ren fairs. Like that would be so much fun.
I've 3D printed chainmail before.
You've 3D printed chainmail?
Uh-huh. I wonder if I can find it. I think it's in my drawer. Let me go see if I can have it, if I still have it.
Okay. Eric says, Max, I gotta bounce in a minute, but thanks for the chill stream, and as always, it's a pleasure being your panel mate on Saturdays. Oh, Eric, dude, it is my pleasure, man. Thank you for being here this morning and hanging out. It's always great to see you here, and it's always a pleasure to hear your positive, optimistic, booming voice on those Saturday morning streams. Love hanging with you, brother, so have a great rest of the day. Skull Assassin says, I take it that Kara is a huge fan of Pikachu. I think you could say that.
Just a little bit.
I know, right? Yeah.
Just a little bit. I definitely don't have an entire shelf in my office, in my closet, completely dedicated to Pikachu. That's not a thing.
No, not at all.
Definitely not a thing.
Didn't you post? I think you posted a picture on Twitter, right? Of all
Yes.
of your Pikachu shrine.
Yes, I have. And that wasn't even all of my Pikachus, because even under this desk that I have right now, I have a box of plush Pikachus, and I'm not even kidding about that.
Oh, that sounds amazing, though.
So,
Plush Pikachus. I mean, there are so many iterations of him that you kind of have to just get them all. He's wearing a Charizard. Oh, that is great. Is that like a fairy?
It's a Umbreon?
Umbreon?
Umbreon? I
Oh
can't
my
remember which
gosh,
one it
these
was.
are so funny. I love them.
So many Pikachus.
Yeah, where do you find all these?
My
What's the best
husband
place?
will typically help me find them. That if I'm at like conventions or something. I also
Yeah.
have something here that I think you would like.
Ooh, go on.
You should recognize it.
Is that Light Fury, or is that like a?
It's Haku.
Is it okay? I didn't want to say it, but that looks amazing. How cool.
It's a little
He
Haku.
He needs a little
He needs a little Chihiro.
Chihiro on him, yeah.
But yeah,
I
I was
love that.
cleaning
It's so
in here
cool.
the other day, and I forgot I had stashed a bunch of my plushes inside this little ottoman. I was like, oh, there's a lot of Pikachus
You're
in here.
I have more. More. I need more. Just like evil laughing as you're just covered in Pikachus.
As I wear my Pikachu onesie.
Yeah. Jay says, I mostly work on commission for bridal jewelry, proms, costume designers, and stage production.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think people who've made their hobby or their craft, if you will, into something that they could also get paid for, or use it as a way to get some extra income. Hey, all power to you. That is awesome.
Yes.
Now, I do notice that it is
It's
9
time.
o'clock. Yeah, so we can probably call it here. Kara, what are you? Do you have anything going on this next coming week that we
I
can be on the lookout for?
I will be on the Boss Man's channel tonight, so I'll be on Eric July's channel tonight
Nice.
for the closing out of campaign number 2 for ISOM. And
Yes.
what else do I have going on? I have Toxic Femininity on Monday evenings on Midnight's Edge.
Nice. Okay.
And I think that's all I really have planned this week. I do have Starfield coming out this weekend, so I will be streaming that.
Okay.
So I will be playing the shit out of that. So make sure to follow me on here, which is Kara Creates, and on Twitch it is Kara Lynn. What do you have
Yes,
going on, Max?
That is a good question. Well, first, let me ask for tonight for Eric's closeout stream. What time can we catch you on that?
It is 5 p.m. Central.
Okay, so that's 3 Pacific. So for all my Pacific guys out there, 3 Pacific, 5 Central, and then 6 Eastern, I think?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Well, I will, because I'm going to go live for Max's Man Cave at 6 tonight, Pacific. So that won't be till like 9 your time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I will still make sure to try and shout out the ending campaign so that you guys can get some more people for ISOM. And we will be talking briefly about the, nonsensical drama of what's going on with all that. So,
Yeah.
and then, so that's tonight. I really don't think I have anything going on the rest of the week in terms of like live streams or anything. But yeah, Toxic Femme sounds fantastic on Monday night. And I will say, if you guys can, go support Josh on Tuesday night for Josh's Popped by Culture stream, because he normally does those Tuesday evenings. I think it's 6 or 7 Pacific. But I think that should be it. And then, yeah, so just before we go, chat, here's what I have so far of the Imperial Guard. This is what we did today. Like I said, the next time you guys will most likely see these guys, they will be fully inked and ready to base, or not ready to base coat, ready to start layering and actually putting down some good color on these guys. So we'll go from there, and I'll keep you all updated on how the marble effects go for some of these bases, because
Yeah.
we need to start putting some custodies on these bases. So we'll get started with that. But thank you guys again for being here, and thank you for supporting me and Kara. And yeah, we will see you guys next week, or we will see you guys in the chats this tonight and the next coming days. So have a great rest of the weekend, guys, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Bye, guys.